Squidward, what a day! What a life!
It would be if I didn't have to go to work.
Isn't this just a great day? Hey, Squidward, what's that stuff?
SpongeBob! SpongeBob!
I think we're going to be late for work.
SpongeBob, what's happening? What is this stuff?
I don't know, Patrick, but whatever you do, don't let it touch you!
Well, I'm trying not to. Why?
That's why.
What are we gonna do?
Jimmy Neutron!
Quick, through the portal!
Wait, what about Squidward?
You can only help by coming with me to Volcano Island. Now!
The Magoo Lair!
Don't touch that! I haven't figured out what it does yet. I've established our makeshift headquarters here.
How come we need headquarters?
We're all under attack. Jimmy's home in Retroville, mine in Amity Park,
Even Poo-Poo Nunu. All of us are threatened.
Technus. Beautiful, gorgeous.
Traylock.
Langton?
Yes, you know us.
Okay, let's be civil. I invited the evil syndicate here for a reason.
But they're evil.
How could you be so sure the evil syndicate are evil?
I'd say the evil part of the name's a dead giveaway.
All our homes are threatened. The only way to defeat this enemy is to join forces.
We've all got to work together on this one.
Me and Div will help too. You're joining our side?
I am a superior life form from the planet Urk. I'm not evil, just, curious.
You're joining our side?
I fight aliens. If Zim's over there, then I'm over here.
Okay, so we're all working together to stop this stuff. What do you got?
We've been tracking them for a while now. They're called Morphoids.
Oh, visitors. I didn't hear the doorbell. You don't know how this thing works, do you?
Magoo technology. It's old, but if I can get the sequence right, I think I can adapt it to help us fight the Morphoids.
So, what do you do when you're not being a hero?
On my off time, I practice the ancient art of juju.
Sounds like you've got it working. A bubble blow wand. I'm ready.
With irradiated bubble solution. Impressive. It scans your molecular makeup to create a custom weapon embedded with Magoo technology.
A personality scan with weapons to match? I'm next. All right, hit it, hair boy.
A megaphone? I get a megaphone? What do you think I look like? A cheerleader?
This is some powerful juju. Light me up. Whoa! Magoo juju.
Well, boo-hoo for the goo. Come on! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! Let's save Bikini Bottom!
Alright, here we are in the final Nicktoons game I'm going to touch, Globs of Doom. So I'm really sorry about this, but Globs of Doom is easily the worst of the Nicktoons games, gameplay-wise. I'm very sorry about that. Worse than Nicktoons Unite? Yeah, probably. Probably worse than Nicktoons Unite on console, very sorry. But we're not playing it because of the gameplay. The gameplay's chill, a little relaxing, one of the most mindless things I've ever played. And that's why it's relaxing. The music is absolutely exquisite. I love the music to pieces, but we're here because this game is weird, and it has some very pretty environments. The lead writer, is the same writer from Attack of the Toy Bots, and this game definitely out-weirds Attack of the Toy Bots in the story department by quite a lot. I honestly feel it's a shame that this was a video game instead of a TV special, because I just like the really, really strange story that much. This tutorial section basically teaches us absolutely everything we need to know outside of how to use our special moves. It's that simple. The game is that simple. I did originally play this co-op with my brother for a brief period. Co-op doesn't really add anything to the game, I'm sorry to say. Anyway, each world opens with a slide section. Do not be fearful. The slide section is not nearly as difficult as the ones in Attack of the Toy Bots. It's harmless. It's a cute transition. Has some incredibly pleasant music going on. Very surreal. I dig it. I dig these little level opening transitions. They're fun. Each of the worlds, with one exception, has 3 levels in it. So it's like the Nicktoons Unite on the DS in that way. And I think there are 5 worlds in total. Most of the time we're going to be doing an entire world in one run. But for the purposes of this video, we're only going to be doing the first level of SpongeBob's world. Because that was a rather long 4-minute intro. And don't get me wrong, the shorter video length isn't for you. I'm not that selfless. The shorter video length is so I don't get fatigued, you know? Because it's a little different. Making a 40-minute video with a friend is a little different, a lot easier than making a 40-minute video by yourself talking over Globs of Doom. So it's very important to find a healthy balance.
Ah, I love Krabby Patties.
No! Bubble Bass must be headed straight for the Krusty Krab.
I mean, to be fair, SpongeBob, I don't know what the hell you're planning to do about that mess. Anyway, welcome to the gameplay. This is the combat. You press the square button to hit shit, you have a 3-hit combo, and that's it. Basically. You also have a special attack, which I strangely don't see many people using, even though it makes the game easier and makes it a lot more enjoyable. Eases up the tedium a bit. These easiest enemies only take 1 hit, and this music is so pretty. I really want to purchase the soundtrack, but that's not a possibility. So here's our first introduction to tougher enemies. We can trap them in bubbles by pressing R1, which is our special attack button. And after they're trapped in bubbles, they only take 1 hit. Otherwise, they take a few combos. Our special attack meter is up there in the upper left. It's the purple bar. But yeah, the special attack is basically a 1-hit kill. It traps them in a bubble, and then they only take 1 hit, as opposed to the 6 or so they would normally take. So it makes the game go a lot faster, makes the game a lot easier. I'm not sure why more people don't use it, because it's very helpful. And you can get upgrades that allow you to do it more often, which I recommend. But that's about it as far as this game's mechanics go. Not really joking. There's one final mechanic which is supposed to be the game's selling point, and it's cute. But this is basically what the game is. You run up to enemies, you mash square until they fall over. Sometimes you press R1 when you don't feel like mashing square. And that's the whole game. What really stuck this game in my heart is the weird story and the very pretty environments and atmosphere it has going. Because honestly, the music and atmosphere, they make the game worth it for me. There are some games that the music dictates I fall in love with. This is one of those games. The music in the SpongeBob levels in particular is just so serene and beautiful to me. I can't resist the game. Made a very good first impression. The music in the other worlds is also quite good. Each world has its own soundtrack theme. SpongeBob's is very serene, very vacation-y, very innocent, very sweet. The soundtrack for Danny Phantom's world, that one's more action rock stuff. It's just a good time. I have a better time listening to the soundtrack than I do actually playing the game. But I don't mind playing the game either, because the game is very chill. It's a very relaxing game. I can honestly say that all the criticisms against the game, or at least most of them, are completely justified. Most of the time when people complain about 3D platformers slash beat 'em ups being too boring or bland, whatever, usually I think they're wrong, and I go to great lengths to prove they're wrong, but I'm not going to do that this time because the critics were right about this one. This game has very uninspired and dull game design, surrounded by beautiful environments and enchanting music. And again, the story is very strange. If you're wondering if there's a penalty for dying, there is. You restart at the last checkpoint, but it's very hard to die unless you fail at platforming. This is not a game I would call challenging in any respect. The bosses have some creative gimmicks to them, and they might throw you off guard a bit when you first play them, but aside from that, it's really, really mindless. And I don't mind that. Alright, it's time to look at the game's big selling point. You can combine your special attack with whoever's with you at the time. In this case, it makes heart bubbles. All of the team-up attacks do basically the same thing, but what's important is that they all have their own animation. Every character team-up has its own unique team-up attack and unique animation. And they're all very cute, so I'm going to do my best to show off every single one during the playthrough. It's not enough for the game's sole selling point, definitely not, but it's still pretty cute. It's a detail I very much appreciate. So the developer of this game, Incinerator Games, they've made a few other licensed things. Most noticeably, they made the final entry in the Cars trilogy on the PS2, Wii, and PS3, called Cars Race-O-Rama. And that's about it. That's about it. They made this, Cars Race-O-Rama, a port of Cars Mater National, and a remake of an old game called Star Raiders, and then they just stopped. They just stopped making games after that. And you know, considering all this music is original compositions, I at least hope the musician and environmental artist managed to find new work. I'm sure the programmers are also reasonably talented, but I don't feel like their talents or the game designer's talents were ever put to use, if they are talented, because there's not a lot here. And this game has too much love, color, and personality for me to suggest it's shovelware. You know, this is most certainly not shovelware. It's a very bland game with very bland game design, but there's just too much love here for me to call this shovelware. You know, I can't say that, honestly. This game obviously has a lot of love in it. And you know, like I said, it's chill. I could see myself playing this game again a few years later, just because it's relaxing to play and because the music absolutely captivated me. It's not like the greatest music in the world or anything, but I just love it. Actually, hold on, let's give that a more thorough listen to, shall we? Alright, sadly music break time is over, and now we've climbed up into the chum bucket, which is the final area of this level. If you're hoping this game has puzzles or something like that, I hope you like pressing switches, because that's as puzzly as the puzzles get. There is one puzzle I would consider a real puzzle in this game, and that's in the final level, if I recall correctly. So, you know. But I mean, at that point, the puzzle just felt more like an intrusion on my chill time, because I wasn't playing the game to think, alright? It was established that this game is not for thinking. Anyway, we need to free Gary before we can exit the level, but as soon as we free Gary, the exit portal will open, and we can leave. And we'll complete the rest of Bikini Bottom next time. Let's get one more team attack in here. But yeah, I like this game. What you see is what you get. It's not a good game, but it charmed me. See you next time.